Hello everyone, and welcome back to FilmBook Review, an official YouTube channel of FilmBook. Featured in Google News, IMDb's news desk, and a member of the Critics' Choice Association, FilmBook is an entertainment industry news website that reports on the film and television show industries in the United States and across the world. Today on FilmBook Review, I'll be reviewing the film The River, aka NAHER, a movie that screened at the 2021 Locarno Film Festival. The River is directed by Gassan Salhab, written by Gassan Salhab, and stars Yumna Marwan and Ali Suleiman. This is a The River movie review, and there will be spoilers. If you like our movie reviews, please like this The River film review, as that helps us out with YouTube's algorithm, and consider subscribing. Once subscribed, click the bell notification box, and you are all set. Please also consider becoming one of our patrons on Patreon at patreon.com/filmbook. Amidst the rural Lebanese landscape, a woman and a man, Yumna Marwan and Ali Suleiman, are suddenly left alone. The restaurant staff at the cafe where they were somberly having a meal suddenly disappear, and the electricity flickers off. Cell reception has vanished too, leaving the couple fully isolated from the rest of the world. Strange weather events occur in sequence. Dark clouds quickly shroud the cafe's patio, only to disappear just as fast. Violent gusts of wind blow about and then rapidly die down. Thick onsets of mists rise and then dissipate, and then there's the unmarked fighter jets soaring overhead, sometimes in coordinated fashion and sometimes not, with intermittent sonic booms and thin vapor trails crisscrossing the sky. Rather than attempt to leave the cafe and get back to the road, the couple are drawn further into the woods surrounding them, curious as to what lies beyond. While they can never shake the feeling that someone or something is watching them, they use this period of undisrupted isolation to their advantage, to be intimate, to be vulnerable, and to lay out all the emotional clutter between them. Salhab says that Al-Nahar, Arabic for the river, is the final entry in a triptych, most likely with his other geographically titled films Al-Jabal, the mountain, and Al-Wadi, the valley, from 2010 and 2014 respectively, about a constant threat that affects all of us and which in Lebanon has been present too long. Framing it as an arthouse dystopian tale and/or an emotional thriller, Al-Naher distills these feelings of isolation and fear of the unknown through the metaphor of a personal relationship. Marwan and Suleiman's characters backtrack their collective missteps as they attempt to navigate a portending sense of the unknown. Sometimes there is beauty and a sense of peace within their memories, captured on cell phone video to conveniently preserve a fleeting moment for all time, and sometimes there are echoes of trauma, abandoned weapon casings with Hebrew print on them, which may recall the various military conflicts Lebanon has experienced with Israel. But even those readings can feel like gratuitous sketches, as Salhab presents this setup to us in extraordinarily vague fashion. Some of his metaphors seem pretty obvious, the titular river being the unrepenting, constantly moving force of time, the couple's isolation representing the nicheness of romance, a self-imposed solitude that makes it hard to relate it to others who aren't in the turmoil of it themselves. Others, however, from the obvious biblical reading, a sort of return to Eden, as if placing the book of Genesis in reverse, to the unpredictable potential for violence. Halfway through the film, one of the characters suddenly produces a handgun, seemingly out of nowhere, don't quite mesh with the grand, overarching narrative. Yet, that's exactly the issue. There really isn't any grand, overarching narrative because Salhab can't decide on a central idea. Everything in Al-Naher, though thematically intriguing and ripe for dissection, is ultimately directionless. The film bursts out in various directions without coagulating together around its central core, and that makes it hard to unquestionably go along with it. Al-Naher is beautiful and alluring at times, thanks to Bassem Fayyad's sturdy camera work and Sharif Sanawi's haunting bits of score, but at only 101 minutes it still manages to be incredibly drawn out. Marwan and Suleiman are committed to their allegorical performances, but again, that's exactly why the film feels weightless. It's just allegory on top of allegory on top of allegory, which makes for nothing but a smokescreen of symbolism to hide its lack of substance, further symbolized, of course, through the prominent appearance of fog, as if Salhab doesn't trust you to understand the metaphor of psychological confusion and ephemerality on your own. Ultimately, NAHER is a somber peculiarity that may offer revelations to those patient or historically attuned enough to wait it out. For those wanting a bit more thematic orientation, though, you'd be better off not straying into this prickly bush. And that brings us to the conclusion of this The River movie review. I would love to hear your thoughts on it below in the comment section. If you liked what you heard during this review, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for viewing, and you can watch one of these reviews next.